Back on trail early in the morning. There's where I came from. Haven't gone very far. And there's where I'm going. So there's all the grassy slopes I walked across, sort of cross-country-ish. Parts of it were sort of actually no trail. And then there's James Peak. That was a really tough climb day before yesterday. And then I went all the way down the backside of it and came up and climbed Mount Flora, which is one of these. This is where I'm going. You can see all the switchbacks up there. And then I guess I must kind of continue on over there. I'm just about at the top of this little hill. I think this is the top of it. Oh wait, no, there's even another top over there. I'm going that way. So I'm going along this plain over to here. People of Colorado are so fit. Well, I came across all that, and I came across all that in the far distance too. And getting close to the summit of Vasquez Peak. It's been a pretty pleasant climb. Good day hike. If I lived here, I'd do this day hike pretty often. I guess this is the summit of Stanley Mountain. Oh, let me go look and see how high this one is. 12,511 feet. It's where I came from. And where I'm going. I guess I'm going to a mine. I'm not sure, but I think I have to go so I'm going this way. I think I have to go kind of along all of that. And then right in that saddle, there's a road that my trail will join. And I think that's where the Silverthorn shortcut or alternate route is that I'm not gonna take, but getting close to Graves Peak. I think I'm less than 25 miles away from it. Direction I'm going. And the direction I've been. Oh, I think maybe that's the road going up to the Silverthorn alternate. There's even a car on it. Way over there. I thought maybe way over there was it. Making good progress though. New view. I just turned the corner from like 2 seconds ago. So looks like I'll be going around all this. Oh, this talus sucks. Where I'm going, you can kind of see the trail. It's going up to that snowfield. Oh, you see some people running down. Whoa. Well, you can't see them, but I can. Whoa, they're going fast. That's where I came from. I gotta climb up to that. I think I have to go right to the tippy top of it, where I came from. That's where I'm going. Well, there's the summit right there. Wow, look at all those mountains. And there's where I'm going. Oh, it doesn't have a name, but I'm at 12,648 feet. Oh boy. I hope I can get to the water soon. I think it's maybe 5 more miles. Hello, Mr. Marmot. What are you doing? Bye-bye. You know, there was more water hiking in the basin in Wyoming than there has been hiking in these mountains here. There's more water on the Arizona Trail than there is here. There's more water in the desert section of the PCT than there is here. Maybe a few longer stretches in the desert, but man, I swear if you brought some cactus seeds up here, they'd grow just fine. 4 miles to the next water. Looks like I gotta climb a lot of big hillsides. So I came from somewhere over there, and then I traversed this whole valley. Like there's the sucky talus that I went through. So I traversed this whole valley, went to the top of that one right there in the middle, came around this one. I could have just cut across with this road, a shortcut. So over there was a trail that zigzagged down, and it went down into there, and then it goes out there. There's even some people out there. And then I can see that I think it goes through this little valley, and then I believe it joins up somewhere behind this hill. And so I started my hike, you know, way out there. It looks like I could have come up here and then dropped down, and then dropped down to that road where the mine is, and like did a total shortcut, like drop down there and then just kind of come up here. It's like, so I'm gonna download a bunch of tiles in my other app so I can take shortcuts, because this day has been needlessly cruel. I'm having a harder and harder time going up these hills, and this 6 miles to the water from when I talked to these two guys just before I got to the road intersection there. The 6 miles is like, it's taking me 6 hours. That's ridiculous. 13,208 feet. And it's only like, you know, the 20 millionth peak I had to climb to. But I think it's downhill, and I think the spring is coming up in maybe a mile and a half, so I think I'm gonna make it. Here's where I'm going. That's where I started this morning. Here's this whole valley I hiked through. Long last, I'm going downhill for real. Oh, I wonder, I think I have to go down into this valley and then up over there. But that's good, I'll find some camping down in there. Look where I am. What was the point of all of that? Except to suffer. Oh my God. They're not kidding when they say embrace the brutality. Water! Oh my God. I'm so happy to see this water. Even though it's just a tiny little bit, it's gonna do me good. Oh, here's an even better one. I'm gonna go get all my stuff and bring it over here. Just a few feet away. Oh, hallelujah. Jonathan Lay says in his old blog from a long time ago, nobody ever felt love for a faucet. It's like you feel love for a teeny little spring like that. Oh, I feel so much love. So I'm about 15 miles from the summit of Gray's Peak, and I do not want to walk 15 miles and be at the summit of Gray's Peak. I would rather walk 5 miles and be at the summit of Gray's Peak, because then I have to get to the other side and down into the next little valley where I can, you know, find a nice place to be. So I am 10 miles away from a tent site, and maybe if I'm not my usual self, I can just find a nice little place to camp in this valley and then hike it'll probably be then 8 or 9 miles to the tent site and stay there, just sort of take an easy day, because today was pretty brutal, and then climb Gray's Peak like a sane person. I think that's probably the best thing I can do. So I'm gonna start looking for a place to stay tonight that's not too far from here, that, you know, it's like not flat at all. So I didn't sleep that well last night. It was too much effort, too much effort all day. So I was like kind of all twitchy and sore, and my sight was really lumpy and rocky. But I know I did sleep, so it's not all bad. And I tried to sleep in a little bit today, but I'm only like 15 minutes later than usual. So I looked at Far Out, and I think the farthest I can go is about 12 miles, and I might be able to find a campsite, but it sounds kind of iffy. And so if I camp at the trailhead, that would be a 10-mile day, or almost 11-mile day, which is not bad. And then I could always get a really super early start and see the sunrise at the top, or as I'm going up the top, because I'll never get up that early. And what else? There was something else I wanted to say. I'll think of it later. Anyway, onward I go. Here I go. Now I remember what I wanted to say. So I dug a little deeper into the comments on Far Out, and somebody mentioned that they were at the top of Graves Peak and they saw lots and lots of day hikers coming up the South Ridge route, which is what I was planning to do, to go down. So that's good news. He said, oh yeah, it's totally a good route. You can see it. You don't even need to download, a map or anything. So, but I did don't download a map. And so now all I need to figure out now is how much of Peru Creek is contaminated with heavy metals, so that I know how much, when I can find decent water again. And I need to figure out where on Peru Creek do I go back up to the CDT. So I'll figure all that out. I'm just about at Interstate 70 here. It's very loud. You can see it. Wow, it's a bike path. I wish I had my bike, my e-bike. So coming down the mountain, to the Herman Gulch trailhead, there were a lot of little campsites in the trees. So just because there's a tent site listed on Far Out, and comments say you can camp at the trailhead parking area, doesn't mean that's the only place to camp. But then I looked on the satellite view, and the parking lot is basically at the end of the tree line. But Alien, who always has really good comments on Far Out, he says that there's a water source, kind of the last water source on the way up to the peak. It's a couple miles past the parking. He said there was a flat spot big enough for 2 tents, 1 or 2 tents. So I don't know. We'll see. I might go all the way up there, and then that would leave me. I would have to camp like in the willows. There's no trees, but that's all right. It's kind of what I did last night. But that would only leave me, I think, just a couple of miles to the top of Graves Peak. So I'm just gonna play it by ear. Well, I made it to the tent site. It's pretty big. Even though there's a car here, there's a second fire ring up there, and maybe a third one way up there. But I think I'm gonna just rest here for a little while. I wonder if this dirt road is steeper than the trail, because it's a killer. I'm almost at the parking area. I think that's maybe where I'm gonna stay because this road is killing me. I keep getting these little spasms in my calves. Well, I'm at the trailhead looking for a good spot to camp. I'm gonna go as far up as I can. I don't mind if people wake me up at 4 a.m. because that'll be good for me. I'll get going at 4 a.m. But I do want to find a nice site. Plus, might get a thunderstorm. So I really don't want to start up there and that. So I tried to find the smallest campsite, but there is another campsite right next to me. Here's my campsite. I'm wedged in here pretty tight, but it's nice and flat. I did 10.4 miles today. I'm gonna take a nice nap. It's about noon, a little after noon. So it's gonna be a nice rest. So it did rain after all. It's raining pretty good. I guess that's a good thing that I stopped here. Well, I'm getting an early start time because everybody around here pretty much woke me up like more than an hour ago, which I'm not unhappy with. It'll be good to get up there before it rains again. It did stop raining in the middle of the night, and there's only a few wispy little clouds now. So here we go, up and over. I got a glorious 2-hour nap yesterday. Felt so good. And then I slept pretty well. It rained in the afternoon and then it stopped. And then I fell asleep like around 8 or 9. And then I woke up again because it was raining. It rained almost all night long. And then I noticed I was having a hard time breathing. So I think the altitude was getting to me. So I didn't sleep that well after that. Eventually the rain stopped and I got up to go pee, and I didn't see any clouds in the sky. So I had been worrying, what if it just rains and rains and rains and rains? Should I climb this mountain? But it stopped, and then I knew I was gonna be okay. So all the people in the parking lot, they were getting ready like at 4 o'clock in the morning. I waited until like 4:45, which is fine. I'm not in any hurry. I'm just going up and over and down to Peru Creek. And depending on how long the day is, I may have to climb another mountain. You can see maybe the switchbacks going up the mountain. I came from where I'm going. Are you a baby? That one's Gray's Peak, and that one is Torres, according to this little sign I'm standing next to. Some people up there. I think that sign is wrong because my map is pointing to the more rounded mountain as being Gray's and the more craggy one being Torres. Whatever, it doesn't matter to me. So there's all the mountains I climbed the day before yesterday. Here's where I've come from. Yeah, they're pretty easy.
Yep. Really, actually.
Here's where I'm going. Well, that's reassuring. There's where I was day before yesterday. Not this one in the front, but one's behind it. There's the valley I came up. And there's where I'm going. There's the interstate, I-70 way down there. Maybe that's where I went under. Where I'm going. Where I've been. My map still says that's Torres. Just about there. Try to get in there. So that way is the CDT. Goes down all that talus and across up to that peak there. That's Edwards. And then along this ridge. So if that way is Edwards, the CDT, this is the way I'm going to go. It almost looks worse. I think it goes into that valley. There's like a road down there. So, well, let's hope this works out. So it's gotten a little bit better. I did have to use my hands a lot and my butt at the beginning, but now I'm standing more upright, so that's good. There's the CDT at Edge. There's no mountain goats. I'm really disappointed. Hey, here comes somebody. There's somebody else way down there. And somebody else just came over this rise. There's where I came from. There's the CDT. Here's where I'm gonna get down into, I think. This is the hardest thing I've ever done. I thought I was gonna die. And then one of those guys coming up, he helped me get part way down through this really sketchy part. But this part I can only go down on my butt. This is the worst thing I've ever done. No more of this, no more. Well, at least I'm standing up through here. I think I'm gonna have to scoot down there. Oh, still so long to go. I smell mountain goats, and I've seen mountain goat fur, but I haven't seen any goats. Oh, no, that's not one. That's when I just came down. So I'm gonna lose my sunshine I need to dry out all my things. I can see the guys coming back down. They make it look so easy. Of course you can't see it, but they're way up there. Got all my stuff dry just in time for them to come down. Look at all the flowers. So that might be the last unpolluted water for the day. I thought I was going to cross it, but look at that. So, I don't know. Maybe there's unpolluted water somewhere. Supposedly the water here is polluted with mine waste, heavy metals and stuff. I would take some of this water, but I don't know if it's polluted or not. So I think the CDT goes all along that ridge there. And since I did that the other day, I'm not too thrilled about doing that every day. There's an alternate that people do where they come down to Peru Creek, which I believe is the creek I'm walking by. And then they walk through some little village of Montezuma that has no services, and then go up Webster Pass. So that's what I'm doing. I'm gonna do all the shortcuts to make it easier that I can. I'm gonna have a good time. I have nothing to prove physically. I'm not young enough to prove anything physically. I just want to have a nice time. You can see how all the rocks in the creek are white. Supposedly that's the sign that the water is polluted with heavy metals. Also, I don't want to be up there because look at that sky. Good thing I dried my stuff out as much as I could when I could, because I don't think I'd get it any drier. Now look at the water. Ew, it's pure white. I have a sore throat from all the screaming. I was really scared coming down that trail. At one point I thought I was gonna die, and I'm like hugging this rock for dear life. Now my throat is sore. Well, I'm on the CDT again. I didn't see a sign. Oh, there's a trail. I don't know, right there. So that must be the CDT. So it comes down here. I guess it doesn't go up there on that ridge after all. But I think you can stay down here longer and go up later, which is what I'm gonna do. Yeah, so anyway, I was up there, I was hugging this rock and screaming, please don't let me die, please don't let me die. And then trying to like heave my backpack back up the hill that I was kind of stuck in. But my feet kept slipping out underneath me. So somehow I was heaving until I finally got up there, where I could put my feet down again. And one of the guys came back and showed me how he got across that spot. And he held my trekking poles for me so I could use my hands and get down to where he said, yeah, you'll be safe here. And then he handed me my trekking poles and continued on back up the mountain. And but I still had to scoot on my butt most of the time. Took a long time. I don't like that kind of stuff. I should have followed my instinct, which was to take the Silverthorn alternate. That was my first thought, and then I thought, well, I really want to climb Gray's Peak, and I know it's like a day hike that anybody can do. So then my other instinct was to climb the peak and come back down the same way, and then try to hitch into Silverthorn and complete the Silverthorn alt. But instead I read that the South Ridge route was a class 2, and I thought, oh, okay, that's not bad, but it was bad. So I don't recommend, if you're wimpy like me, doing the daredevil stuff. Just take the alternate route. So in a little less than a mile, the CDT leaves this dirt road, goes back up into the mountains, and according to a comment in Far Out, hits 13,000 foot peaks 7 times. He says no wonder people opt to just stay on this road and hike through Montezuma. So that's what I'm gonna do. No way. Goodbye, CDT. CDT goes that way, goes back up there. Now it's raining. I'm going this way. So this dirt road has a nice side creek that isn't polluted, that I can drink. And the CDT has nothing except 13,000 foot peaks. 7 of them. I thought it was a statue. It's a real moose. There's a lot of thunder up there, so I don't know if I want to go all the way up to the top of Webster Pass. Looks like there's still a lot of trees, so I'm just gonna walk as far as I can and find a campsite in the trees, I guess. It's only 2:30. It's raining pretty hard. I'm getting kind of wet under my poncho. Hiding under this tree. So I'm looking for a campsite now. I'm just getting so wet, but there's nothing flat and dry. Kind of sucks. Well, I found a tiny little almost flat spot. I have to lay on top of a little tiny tree, but at least I'm out of the rain. I'm not going to be struck by lightning if I keep going. And I was just soaking wet. I changed into my Sensi and my rain jacket. I have a rain jacket and a rain poncho. Next time it rains like this, I'm wearing both because I was wet. But I'm toasty warm now, so I guess I'm gonna be safe and dry. Too bad I couldn't go a little further though. So I was looking at the map, and it looks like there's a junction coming up on this road, this Webster Pass road. And I can actually, instead of going up to Webster Pass, I could turn right and go up Teller Mountain and join the CDT a little further down the way. I have to check and see if there's water. But it would save me having to do a whole bunch of 13ers and 12.8ers. I'm all about the shortcuts now. Actually, the Teller Mountain route doesn't look like it saves very much. If anything, maybe makes it even longer. But there is another shortcut where you can take a road, and instead of doing all these 13ers and 12.8ers, it goes down. I guess it's really rocky and difficult, but everything's rocky and difficult, so what's the difference? So I may do that instead. It cuts off a huge amount too. I feel so bad about this, but I don't think I'm the only one who takes shortcuts. Well, that turned out to be one of the more level sites I've had in a long time. So I think I'm not going to go up the Teller Mountain route. I'm going to go up the Webster Pass route. And then it's like a couple miles to a water source. And from there, there's a dirt road that I can take instead of staying up high. I'm so sore from yesterday. And I'm all about the shortcuts now. So I think that is Teller Mountain. And that's the road to Teller Mountain. And then up there you can see the CDT, and that saddle there is Webster Pass. And you can kind of see the road going up to it. So I'm gonna go that way. That's where I came from. There's the junction. Teller Mountain is, I think, that. So I was down in the valley this morning. There's that Teller Mountain road. I was wondering how it got up there. Look at that. And I'm climbing this mountain. Time to dry everything out. Oh, I'm trying so hard to get my stuff dry, but the looks like it's gonna rain again today. Oh. Well, I got things sort of like drier, not sopping wet anymore, more like just sort of damp. It'll probably start raining in an hour. So I came along that ridge there. Now I'm coming up this hill. So that there's the CDT, but I think down in this little depression I'm aiming for, so the CDT will go up and, you know, climb all these mountains without any water. But I think down here is my junction to my shortcut. There it is. Hey, somebody's coming. There's the water source. It's just the melting of this pile of snow. Anyway, there's going to be plenty of water down here, so I'm not going to get any more. I have enough to drink for now. Goodbye, high elevation CDT. I don't want to get struck by lightning and rained on, and I don't want to climb millions of 12 and 13,000 foot mountains. I want to go hike in the trees by a nice stream. I'm enjoying this shortcut very much. The road is a bit rocky, not super easy to walk on, but it is downhill, which normally would be great. Well, it is great regardless, but man, my thighs, my quads are really sore from descending that South Ridge route from Grays yesterday. So it's a little painful, but it's nice to be here in the trees and the shade. Looks like all the clouds kind of dissipated, most of them. So I don't think it's gonna rain anymore. And I may actually make it to the bus stop that takes me to Frisco. We'll see though. I've been taking my time. I can't believe how slowly I'm going. All right, I'm on the Colorado Trail and the CDT. So I think the Colorado Trail is kinder than the CDT, but we'll see what happens. So far, it's lovely. It's a whole lot of dogs. I saw a bone on the trail and I suddenly really wanted to eat some meat. So I have cheese. It's pretty close. So I'm so sore from yesterday that I can't hardly squat down to pee. So I hear a lot of hooting and hollering over there. I wonder what's going on. Sometimes I hear motorcycles, but haven't seen any on the trail. I'm about 13 miles from the bus stop, so I probably won't make it there today, but I'll make it there tomorrow. Well, it looks like my next water source in a half a mile is the last one for the day, or the last one for about 10 miles. And I have to climb from, I'm at like 9,900 feet. I have to climb up to 11,100 feet. So once again, climbing a big hill with 3 quarts of water. Yay. I guess I made it to the top of this mountain. Now I'm going down again. I'm just so tired. I'm so sore. I wish that, getting all this exercise would make you stronger, but it's not making me stronger. I guess maybe I should eat more. I don't know. It's not like I've lost a lot of weight. I don't know what to do. Looks like rain is coming. I hear voices down there, and I'm approaching where I was hoping to camp next to a creek or stream. I said there were some campsites there, and this is my first day on the Colorado Trail, so it could be Colorado Trail hikers. Somebody told me that the Colorado Trail hikers take all the campsites, but I'll find something, I'm sure. I'll be about 4 miles from the bus stop that takes me into town, which is a good short amount. I don't want to go into town now because you have to pay for a hotel, and you only, like, you're gypped out of half the day that you're paying for if you get in like at 7 or something. So I'll get in the morning, and then I can have the whole amount that I paid for. So this is the camping area. I'm not sure how much I like it. Here's the water. I'll get some water, and maybe I'll find something up there. This looks pretty good. It's really close to the trail, and a million mountain bikers keep going by, but I think this will be a little bit better than down there next to that stream. Well, my campsite wasn't that great. It was a bit slanted, and I got a lot of condensation from the grass underneath. But I am on my way to town, and I was so hungry last night. I kept thinking about, oh, gotta find a breakfast place so I can have eggs and hash browns, and and then I thought, in the middle of the night, I thought, should I just wake up now and eat a bowl of granola? So I feel a lot less sore. Like my calves don't feel sore anymore. I can walk downhill without pain and squat and stuff. So that's good news. You heal really fast when you're hiking all day, every day. So I'm gonna try to get a hotel in Frisco and get all my chores done with just one night. And then if I feel like taking another night, there's a hostel to the south towards Breckenridge, and I might stay there tomorrow night. So we'll see how I feel about it. So just a couple more miles to the bus stop, and then it's time for food. So I'm still not totally decisive about where I should go. If I should go to Frisco or Breckenridge. Breckenridge is a lot more walkable than Frisco, but Frisco has a Safeway. I have to buy food for the next 2 town stops, and also for this next segment. So for 3 segments I have to buy food, and it seems like Safeway's a safer bet than a small town market. But there is the bus, and I could just stay in Breckenridge and then just take that bus up to Safeway. That might be a better idea. But then, I don't know. I find these Apple Maps really hard to find hotels. Like, they don't tell you all the hotels that are in there. They only tell you the ones that you can get through booking.com or whatever. So it's hard to tell if there's good restaurants and good hotels and stuff, because you can never find anything in the app. So I don't know, I got like a mile left to make a decision. Maybe there'll be somebody there who can say, hey, I went to Breckenridge, it was great, the market there had tons of stuff, and I don't know, we'll see what happens. What a beautiful place to live, huh? Summer sports, winter sports. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try the Bunkhouse Lodge, which is like a hiker-friendly hostel with bunks that have like little screens. I stayed in a place like that in Denver. It's pretty cool. It's neither in Breckenridge nor Frisco, but it's on the bus line and I can take the bus into either town. Plus, there may be other hikers there. So I saw the bus stop a minute ago. Now where did it go? Okay, I'm gonna try this place. Tried the bunkhouse. They have a bunch of dogs and one of them bit me in my hand. And there's nobody inside who's in charge, just somebody who's staying there who's not even a hiker. And I'm so hungry. I'm gonna go to Breckenridge and try to find a breakfast place and just be smelly and eat everything. And then I don't know, take the bus into Frisco and stay at a chain hotel or something, I don't know. I can't wait for check-in time to go, you know, clean up before I eat. I'm so hungry. I need to eat right now. I bought a tank top. I couldn't stand wearing my rain jacket out in the sun. I was soaking wet. Glad I'm inside.